What is up, everybody? Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Let's go. We got lots to do today. Also a lot we have to redo because I've decided to change some things. Got some music in the background. It's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. Got my cup of tea. Let's see what we can do. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So what have we changed? Well, we've changed a bit of the layouts. I want to work on the paint booth actually, because that hasn't been changed at all. Like I haven't done or touched that at all. It's just the empty room basically at this point. So I want to look at completely modeling it or blocking it out at least today and seeing where it takes us. I mean, I've got some reference images and hopefully it's all good. So let's see. Okay, you might also notice our F1 car is missing its wheels. It's not the only one. This one's missing wheels, and that is because I have decided to redo the entire vehicle system. It was causing too many performance issues and smaller issues overall. So I've decided, well, let's rather redo it. And I had a plugin called Advanced Vehicle Systems for Unreal, and so far that's made it. That is kind of still a setting. I don't want to show that though. I mean, I don't know where to hide it anymore. I always move everything around. There we are. No more taskbar. I do need to get to that. Okay, turning up the music. Okay. Is that better? Is that working? Do we have audio?
What we do here is go back.
Right, let's get going. Okay, like I was saying, I got a plugin called Advanced Vehicle Systems, and it's given us so much more control over the vehicles and setting them up and doing some of the things that we try to do ourselves, automatically having it in like skid marks and the tire smoke, and it just seems a lot more stable and performance friendly. I have realized that performance was getting a bit low in certain areas, especially in the main map, and I couldn't understand why. And I thought it might be due to the modular buildings being too much, but I think it was actually the vehicle system. Currently, our performance is stable at 120 FPS and above, which is a good start. But that means I have to redo every vehicle at this point. I've only managed to do the F1 vehicle and the base vehicle. I have to set up all the other vehicles now, set up their sounds. I actually want to set up the sound on F1 real quick. That way I know I can tick it off and remove it from the list. So if we move over to our Trello, show you what we have in store. So everything we have to do, everything that's in progress, and everything we've done. So the done things are basically complete in their work. I've also realized that with the leveler now, the vehicles no longer jitter the way they did with the previous vehicle system from Unreal itself, the advanced vehicle system. So I'm hoping if we change the leveler from being animated to actually being a physics object, this would still be the case and it would pivot and tilt and we would have a lot more control and then actually a lot more functionality that we can get out of that asset. You can see in the vehicles, if we go into vehicle setups, these are things we have to do. We've got to texture them, finish the texturing, export them in the new format so that they work with the new system. do the wheel setups, do the gearing setups, do sound setups, and then create a static display mesh that we can put into the world. I'm thinking of actually making it a blueprint-based static prefab that I can simply just swap out parts and it will automatically adjust and put it where it needs to be. This might be a bit of a struggle because I will need to add points to where the wheels need to attach to the vehicle to ensure that they attach at the right place. So let's quickly head over to the vehicle and let's go and add that F1 sound. So this is over to cars and advanced vehicle system F1. Okay, so the full blueprint. Let's see. We have to completely change our sounds as well. We're using some F-mod that I bought from a creator on the marketplace. I got some custom ones from him and they work pretty well, especially for F-mod, but they're all capped at 6,500 RPMs, which isn't what we have. I mean, F1 vehicle, this one goes up to 12,000 RPMs, which is double. So it means it's always going to be redlining and the sound's just not going to work for us. So that's one thing we definitely need to change to. So it's this JB, and we're just going to change that to our, where's the V10G? That's a German. The Lambo Huracan V10. I think that's the V10. Decided. Well, we can test it. I think this German V10 one I decided on using for the F1 vehicle. So it over to our test. We'll come back to this level soon. We just quickly want to test the sound, just see how it's running. Bring this volume back down again, and I'll bring up the music volume. Yeah, this was. So that is definitely the right volume. You can see now on the left hand side here, we have all these stats, and that's coming with the plugin that we actually have. And I think that's a really good thing because now we can see exactly what's happening, when it's happening, and it's making things simpler. We can also adjust things on the fly for testing, such as downforce, speed steering, shock absorber, the wheel travel, and we can put it up into automatic or into manual mode. That being that, let's head over back to our main level. You would also notice I've changed the lights at the top here. I felt like having a bit of a different aesthetic, a bit more modern aesthetic. So I'm going to change a bit these colors of the corrugated metal. I want to change that as well to be a bit more white instead of this dark gray. And then I want to add these lights as the display lights instead of having the lights behind them. I'm thinking if I still want to make them into color lights or if I want to keep them as is with the white light. The vehicles have also moved up, and we are actually thinking of adding another vehicle, as you can see over here. But I want to make it a bit more of a display piece, so when you choose it, it's a work in progress vehicle. So you'll be working on the vehicle. We're thinking of adding a character selector as well, or at least a character per vehicle, so that you can have individual characters, which might be good. I think it might be a nice touch, and it just gives each car its own personality instead of it just being a vehicle that you drive. Okay, keep procrastinating to do things. Let's head over to. What shall we head over to? Just quickly check something. That's fine. Stream status is good. We're all good. That's all that matters right now. Okay. Where were we? We're going to change these lights later on. I think the bloom is adding quite a nice touch on these glow on the lights. It's making them pop. I didn't have any bloom activated, so it was a change. Let's hop right in and I can show you what happened with the vehicle and the leveler, as well as what we have achieved. So head up here, collisions are working better now, vehicle no longer gets stuck. And if you actually stop, there's no bouncing. The vehicle's perfectly fine, no more bouncing. And we can get off and hop right off. You can see our skid marks at the bottom there. And we turn around, we've got our smoke. Next, what I've done is I've set up these targets, the corner targets, to check that when you hit them, that you did hit them, and if you didn't hit them, you would get penalized. So we're not actually going to have anything that indicates to us now that it works, but I'll show you how we did that shortly. Then what I've set up is the force perspective has been set up as well. So if we hop in here, let's just go full screen to make it easier. Once you enter it, you'll see a taskbar comes at the top showing your distance basically to the end. And there we go. As you can see top left, we cleared it, we didn't hit anything, and we were traveling at least 100 kilometers an hour, which is the required speed for passing. This will be the walk on water trial. Yes, we still have that bounce. I need to add some more weight to the vehicles as well. So we have the walk on water, and currently it's just so I can measure it and see what the size is. It doesn't actually have more functionality as that. I'll have to create a track which you drive on, so that if you slip off, you do lose a bit of control. So that is that. Right. Back to our garage. We're going into play mode. Exit play mode. We'll be back in the garage. Right. So let's work into this area, as we need to convert this into a actual like paint booth. So I have some reference that I got right here. So we can see like it's basically always just a white painted room, and it's got these grids on the ground. Now we don't have those grids, and we need those grids instead of having the concrete. So we're gonna have to redo the entire interior of that room really. I'm thinking of using these lights instead on the sides, as I'm not quite a fan of these lights that's flat on the ground. So let's see, we just got some couple of references, so we can hop right in and start modeling that in files. So let me just go check my files. I should still have a file for this, so I can just open up and start doing some changes. Let's see in this, what is everything in the main file. Okay. Files, tracks, export, substance. It's finding the right files. That's now the big key. I think I still have it on my drive at least. Let's hop over to Google Drive and let's get those files. Garage assets, garage B12, and download. There we go. Let's open up, and then we can try it and adjust it as needed. Okay. Where are we? Max should have opened up by now. Here we are. and default shading so we can see what's going on. So we're going to change it directly in this room. And this doesn't seem like... No, this is the latest. So we don't want this piece. It's one single piece because we just want to work in that corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these parts just so we can get a feel for the space. Because we're going to have to model it over that area. We can't directly... We can't see inside there. There we go. And there we go. Let's go invert that, and then we're just going to hide everything. There we go. Now we just got this room, and we can work directly in this room and start modeling what we need. So I'm going to open it up on a different place. So I'm just going to pop out my check, pop it into there, and then we will hop over. Did we lose that? Did I close those tabs? No, I didn't. Okay, now we got it open here. I can start looking at what we need. So we need to make a grid. So I'm going to make it a small ramp because we've already got the previous mix. So I'm going to add a small ramp for us, which you drive onto, which will then have your gap for the grids at the top. I think the easiest way would be for scale, just to grab one of this, just attach it as a clone, and we'll start from there. Okay. We need to remove these, so we just... That's not what I wanted. Why does it do that to me? Okay, there we go. So now we got a single plane. We can move this up. I'm going to move it up to 20 centimeters, so that's at least a 10 centimeter gap. So I think it should be more than tall enough for this. Now, with having walls that will be inset, I think we should probably give it a border overall around the entire edge to give it an inset, to give us a lot more room to play with. I don't see, it seems like they do have a paint room, like at the one edge they always have a paint like room where they mix the paints, as far as I can see. I don't know if this is accurate, but it might just be an exit out of the paint booth. So I'm rather not gonna add that room. I'll rather just keep it as it is, and then we'll just make the ramp where we need it to be. So let's see, what's our distance? 680. Let's work on 680. I don't want a ramp that's too 680, so 40 centimeters. No, that's quite far. That's not far enough, is it? That's quite steep. Let's give it at 720, so it feels nice. It's a nice little ramp they can drive up into and get into the paint booth. So I'm going to bring this loop back. I'm going to move this one. Okay. Let's just fold these in. There we go. Now we got a little ramp. We can go into the paint shop and we'll be safe. We're going to use this kind of as our barrier as well. So we need to create similar width over the top of this. So I'm going to make it 4. I'm going to weld these in. Keep it clean. Now I can extrude these. Oh gosh, it's not the same as my other one. Let's bring that up. to 310. We can delete those planes. So we don't need any of these exterior planes because we're not going to see them. So we don't need to texture them. We don't need to have them at all. Right. So now we have a room. We got to chamfer these edges. So we do have a roof. No, we don't have a roof at this point. So let's make a roof. Bridge it over here. And so this side we don't have that wall. So I'm going to bring this in a little bit at least. So we can make a wall in this area. Can weld these two. And we should be able to bridge these two. And bridge. There we go. So now we've got our actual paint-proof walls. I'm going to chamfer these because they all seem to have this 45 roof to get the lighting to work quite nicely. So we're going to do that as well. We have to. Right. Let's close that up. Let's bring this back up. Let's carry on working. Okay. So we got to chamfer these. This edge is not going to do it correctly. I can tell you that already. Yeah. So in try mode. Let's just bring that up. So we gotta have a good angle. So I'm gonna make it about, this one is about 40 centimeters. I'm gonna turn this off. I'm gonna have to fix this connection now. So target weld that one. Oh, look at that. Height of this one is 2.7. This down to 2.7 as well. We can target weld that one. $680. So let's clear that. There we go. So we at least have our interior now. I think we have to bring that roof down. I think the ceiling's going to be clipping. We have to bring all of this overall down, just so we can clear the ceiling. We'll fix that now. Bring that down. Right. Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. Let's just clean up this edge. Just gonna pull that in. Pull that in. There we go. But we can actually add that thickness because we have this door width here. So let's do that for. Forgot about that width. So we can select these. We can move them up 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we've got a overall width for everything being exactly the same. It shouldn't cause us any more issues. So let's pop this out and let's bring it into the world. Content, assets, garage, meshes. I'm going to call this SM_paint. Right. Let's bring that in. The settings should all be fine. It's going to give us some errors because we haven't unwrapped it, we haven't textured it. So it's saying texture name clash found. It's unusual. That's fine for now. We'll clear that all shortly. And paper. If we zero this out, okay, so we have to zero it out and rotate 190. This, there we are. So you can now see fits perfectly into here, into the RAM, and we will have our paint booth. Probably clean up this edge. Seeing we've got a bit of a dip here, I think we should probably raise it to be flush with this wall, and then we can bring this slanted edge all the way through. I think that will probably be our clean. Hello, Pac-Man. Thanks for popping by, checking what I do, working on the game. What do you think? It's getting there. Slowly but surely getting there. Okay, that is what we need to do. So let's hop over and let's clean up this mesh. So this edge, we need to bring it all the way through to that side. So I'm going to just delete that face. And we can bring this all the way through to the side. Let's grab that. So we can actually make this whole -30. You know, it's all rounded. These two. You want to see it? It's getting there. I think I'm close to a year on this already. Like there was a couple of months where I didn't work on it, and then life, you know, as we spoke yesterday. So it kind of gets in the way a bit, but I've been making progress. So let me show you what I've got. Except for the Garrow. So this is the main. Hit play. Got my vehicle selection going. All the vehicles, basic settings, music now. So it does work. Everything seems to work. I'm redoing my entire vehicle setup like I said yesterday, so I've decided to strip out all my vehicles. So I've only got 2 vehicles actually working. That's this one, and then my Formula style vehicle. I have a lot of maps that I'm planning to add to it, so for now I've got a test level where I'm running all my settings in to test my vehicles and my obstacles. Handbrake works, vehicle handling, lots of small little things working still. So this is timed, shows you which way you have to go with the green, and then it tells you to go. So that is, I think this is like the only level that's really close to being done, is like the main menu level compared to my other ones. And then on Garage, and then this will be like the main level where you'll take part in your timed races and time trials. You just load that up. I mean, it's quite a big level, so it takes some time. There we go. So this level is the time level. So you can see it's most of it's still being blocked out. The actual buildings, trying to figure out what the best approach would be to just model them straight up or to make them modular. So I can just build them out of pieces. And the pieces work quite nicely, but they can be performance heavy. And then this one's got your obstacles, so you can see everything's laid out where you have to drive with arrows. The start lighting is being placed in. Penalty system works as well on this side, where if you don't complete certain tasks in the correct way or you miss a target, you would get penalized. So if we hit play on this level, we should, yeah, you can see we've got the best overall time, which will be for each map. The best lap you set as a personal lap to start, what the gold time will be, the silver time, and the bronze time would be when you drive. And then when you actually start, you'll see now when the race begins, you'll have a timer that starts, you'll have a penalty. I don't have anything in this world where I can actually rack up a penalty right now, but it is all in the works. These are all obstacles you've got to get through. I don't know if F1's going to fit through this. It might once the collision's set up. I'll have to double check that. Otherwise, it's small adjustments, but it's getting there. I finally have someone that's actually helping me, so he's making all the assets for like the time trials. So he made the light trusses, he's making the leveler behind me. So that massive seesaw that you see there in that piece. So yeah, but it's getting there. I do think it's looking good. It's all work in progress. It's picking up speed actually. From being 1 year and just having basically grade block out to actually having now where I can test it. I think this one has a penalty, so if I don't stop in this the correct time, I get penalized. You can see it's got a 1 second penalty, which isn't good. So let's just, so you can see it turns green, telling you when you can go. Let's fix the gearing on this one. And then if you can go up with this, get to the top, takes you down. But it's getting there. I'm trying to get the demo level done now. That's that other level where you can see me testing and stuff. I'm trying to get it done with all the obstacles that I want to add to the game. And that's because I need to get it to people to play. Like, I need people to start feeling the way the vehicles handle and give me feedback on that, because I'm used to the vehicle handles. So I know how to control them and to adjust them and everything. So I need to get it into some actual people's hands and just see. Hopefully it goes well. Yeah, slowly making traction. Everything's slowly getting there. So yeah, don't worry, I'll definitely drop you a link to the test. See what you think. See if you can drive. You know? See the pack skills. I mean, I know you've got the aim, but do you have the driving skills? But yeah, you streaming today, Pack, as well? Still gonna stream today? It's a lot to do. I think it's a lot bigger of a project than I expected it to be. I mean, that's one of the biggest downfalls usually, is it's going too big too soon. But I mean, I've done some game jams, made some small games. I mean, I've got a small game jam you can play if you want. I can drop you a link to that one and see if you can solve it. It's a little puzzle game. Oh man, you streamed while I was at work? That's just cruel, Pack. That's just cruel. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Like, I'm trying to figure, like, I want to do, eventually I wanted to make a multiplayer, and then, like, split screen as well, so that people can play on split screen whenever you've got friends around, and then eventually make it multiplayer. And maybe, because I'm using the actual, like, obstacles and having the obstacles, people can build custom maps, which would be good. So, it's all in the works. It's just doing pieces just doesn't always go according to plan, trust me. I've found so many things and then I put it together and then suddenly I'm like, it doesn't work. That's not the right one. 270. Yeah, I think I've had a lot of, I think the best choice I made was just straight up deleting the vehicle setup on Sunday. I was just being like, just scrap it, start again. And I think that's probably the best thing I could have done for this game so far. I mean, it was doing pretty well. I was being pretty happy with the way the vehicle's handled, but performance was just starting to completely like fall off, and I couldn't understand why. And I think it's just the way I ran some of the code to just be like not efficient enough. Where now it's a different story. Yeah, lots to model, lots to make. Well, it's all getting there. I want to try to get this paint proofing because there's this one room. If I get this room done, at least I'm done with the garage. Then that's one level I can basically write off and be like, we are complete. Now we can focus on the main level, get everything. I mean, let me show you. This is my Trello. So this is everything I have to do, everything I have done, every inspiration I've got. So there's a lot of tasks. So assets, got to do bugs. I'm trying to avoid putting anything in the bugs. That's probably not a good thing. Bugs always help. But yeah, this is everything that needs to be done so far, everything that's in progress. And then stuff on like the vehicles, you can see these are like 1 out of 5 ticked, 0 out of 5. That's because I have to redo all of them now. For 7 vehicles, where one's drivable. So that's getting there, getting happy. I thought like streaming at least shows a bit more, because like I tried doing the whole record a video, put out a video on YouTube to show progress, but I'm not good at that part. I can't do that. I'm not a like scripted person. I'd rather just talk and talk and talk. And when people have questions, just share the answer the question right away. It just helps. So yeah, perfectly lines up now. Clean. Fits in perfect. Except for my skew duties. We can just work on this piece. But yeah, I appreciate that you popped in at least. I mean, you asked me to show you some progress yesterday. I did drop you a message of that in the stream, but everybody was spamming at that point in time, so it just went by. So I don't think you saw it. I think you missed it. But hey, at least I'm streaming today, so I could at least show you. I mean, it's no Call of Duty or Battlefield, but it's something I like. You know, I've always been a car guy. True. I don't know why I did usually call it Devlog. Yeah, Devlog stream. So we gotta make it clickbait. What shall we say? Next gen racing game. How's that? Next gen racing game devlog. I'm just waiting for Unreal 5 to kind of get its stuff together a bit, and then I'm swapping over to using Unreal Engine 5 for this. But yeah, that's still a while away. But I think that could be good for it. Using the lighting and the physics that's coming with Unreal Engine 5. It's gonna be neat. I also think what's making it take extra long is using realistic graphics. I'm not going for like a stylized, low poly kind of feel. Going for the actual detail. I think that's playing a big part in taking so long. Starting to fix like get a bit of better overlay. I like the overlay in the streams. Okay, I found a really nice one, but I couldn't get it installed. Just OBS plugins. Oh, my music. Where did you go? I'm still listening. This small panel. We're gonna do it that way. It's gonna take a lot of cleanup, but it's fine. Each little square becomes grid. Not yet. Set that. Bring that down. Oh yeah. Let's see what that looks like. There we go. Those are starting to freak out properly. So I'm just going to clean that up real quick. Just so that it doesn't look as bad in Engine, so we can see it better. There we go. Get a better feel for what the light's going to be. Remove these lights. They'll no longer be necessary. We'll add some new ones. We can just steal these. They're basically going to be the same. Back to the original size. Clean up the rotation. Move the grids now. Work. Just place them everywhere. Get a better feel. It's surprising how little geometry changes everything. That's going to look a lot better on the outside. Could probably just give us temporary material. This white garage seating. That one. Yeah. We got a paint booth. Top that equipment. Let's select this edge. Now let's make our grids. Here. Put a grid. Where's our grid now? Grid shape. Grid. Why it's struggling. Not making it. But why? Okay. Plan B. Doesn't want to make a grid. Well, we'll do it the other way. It just attaches. And now we have a grid. I think what the best solution would be. Don't want it to be too small. It might not work for us. That will be fine. They always come over to the one side. That way. Select to the right. Bring that down. There we go. We got a grid. Snap. Vertex. Now we've got to hope that it fits nicely, otherwise it's not going to look that good. We have uneven grid spacing. We'll have to check that out. It's an easy fix, but I want multiple meshes. Well, it's half a grid. Now just gonna bullshit this one. I say that on stream, but I'm not on stream. YouTube would be like, oh no, he said it. Dare you? I actually think streaming, I used to there though. I think streaming on YouTube is the right place, or do you think I should just do it in like just chat on Twitch? This is dating. What do you think, back? Just chat on Twitch or keep it to YouTube so it automatically uploads? I need to achieve marketing basically. I need to grow, get it marketed so I can get people to want to play it. Because I mean, like, I know you started off on Twitch and then came to YouTube. I mean, you grew on YouTube quite a lot before heading back to Twitch. I mean, it's another developer that I follow. Yeah, I think so too. Like, it's easier to, and like, even if someone like search Devlog at the end, it should pop up because it automatically gets uploaded. There's another developer that I follow, like I said, that he does it only on YouTube. So he doesn't do Twitch at all. Yeah, we got a paint booth at least. It's cold. Oh, what about my tea? Oh, my tea's cold. How's that a thing? And marketing that. Like, how do you market your stream? Like, how did you get your word out there so people come and watch your stream? I think like I'm trying to use Reddit, but most of the Reddit channels you can't post links to streams and stuff, which is really annoying but understandable. Social media, so just keep it like to Pinterest. Oh, not Pinterest. Instagram, Facebook. I mean, I even started like posting on like my LinkedIn discoverability, like just to see if I can get anything from there. So I just gotta keep grinding. I mean, I'm currently streaming every Tuesday and Thursday. That is my stream from 4 o'clock until 6 o'clock. So it's only 2 hours, but it's 4 hours a week. I stream. I want to start streaming on like Saturdays as well, if I have the time. I mean, last week didn't go so well with all the load shedding. That does not help at all. So between work and load shedding, doesn't work. I think like last week, there was literally one day. I literally woke up. I worked a couple of hours, had load shedding. Worked a couple of hours, had load shedding again, went to bed. Cool. You do you, Pack. Thanks for popping in and tuning in. Grind. Yeah, like for you, like as well. That's horrible. Like, I mean, that is one of your main things. So not being able to. It's quite horrible. But yeah, I'll check you. Don't worry. I will keep an eye out for you. I'll let you know when I go live again. And we have a paper. Let's see. Not too bad. It's not really needed either. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to rebuild some lighting at some point. Make sure that's all good. These are borders. Right, what we got? Let's see. What do you say? We got these little borders around the lights. I got these little ones around the edges. I mean, this is got a completely different floor. I have no idea what's going on. This one has it as well. This one's just got a grid at it. Oh, it's for the hanging of parts. I'm gonna have to add that. That will help. Okay, but let's start off by making borders. My question is, why can't I create a shape from this? Making shapes. Let's see. Create shape from selection. Just on the new shape. it on a different layer. Tell me it's a different layer. Somewhere unwrap layer, so what? Where does it put it? This is the layer I want to work on. Maybe that is why. Create shape. Shape 1, there we go. Look at that, there we go. That's what it was. It was on the wrong layer. I'll make it a rectangle. Let's make it exterior. Twist can't be. Let's see. 3 centimeters. Let's move that 3 as well for now. Just so we can test it. It does extrude it from the middle, so that should be fine. Oh, it's selected. The same thing. I didn't do it for the top lights. It's fine. What happened to our music? There we go. I should just round the edges on the lights actually. That's all it has to do, is just give it a little bit of extra. Let me see how much. I think once we have a proper material line, we can look there as well. Like these verticals. I haven't even metal, just metal. Let's give it a bit of a better feel for what we're going for. Okay. Back up. I can't really see those borders. I think once they're properly textured, I'll definitely pop more. Just need this grid at the top. So we can. Just want to test it. Real. It works, but it's not what we're actually going for. So we'll leave that one for now. Maybe we'll work on one of the mechanics, maybe one of the tasks and see. Just need to finish up the lightbox one. So, I don't feel like doing meshes. I have to do each mesh first before I can set up the new vehicle. That's the big thing. Later today, we'll definitely be doing a light bake. That's like a must do today. Let's check out Trevor. And this area. Just keep that. Just label it orange. That it's still very early stage. Force perspective works. Leveler works. Unless we want to set up the leveler. I think we should do a test. So test. So contents, maps, and let's test what would happen if we made the leveler use physics instead. Like a duplicate of this one. Right. So we're gonna move this on the level because that was our current way of doing it, was using a timeline and then rotating it. So in our timeline we had our motion, our power to work. So we're gonna drop that. We're not going to use that. We're gonna try to use a different motion. That is using rotating movement. That's the specific. Radio force straight. So this physics constraint, I think the leveler has to be attached to the physics constraint. Let's see. Yes, seasonal physics constraint. Not necessarily watch a video. Kind of just want it to work. So this is Great Tomorrow. I've watched this so many times, yet let's see. Let us see. Close. Okay, so that's how it works. So it just needs to be attached to the root. Attach. This is an axis. We're using axis. So joint component 1. Base. That's moving forward. Joint component 2. That might cause us issues. So I'm gonna lock this. So we want it to be able to twist. I'm gonna lock that twist through this one. Okay, so these all. So we want a twisty motion. Is that all that's to it? I mean, it makes it seem like that's all that's to it, really. But it's still a bigger one. That's fine. Do we get any errors? No, we don't. Let's look at our constraints. I'm going to free them all. Let's just free them. Just so we can see. Just so we can see what happens. Do we get to twist in any way? Do we get to one of them it has to react. No. Okay. Not what I expected. Zero this one. See if I'm missing anything with the setup. So we need to simulate physics. Simulate physics. I think this is automatically not simulate because it's attached. Okay, let's give that a try. It does it. And it's just hanging up there. And we can hit it. That's not actually twisting. Okay. And it's not giving us any errors as well. That's a good start. Now, put it negative 19 on this one. 19 there. Okay, so automatically in cases. It's moving. Well, I guess we're no longer using the animation. Okay, we need to make it stop at least. Because currently, yeah. Okay, that's a good start. So let's head back into the vortex. Let's give it an angle limit. So the physics constraint must have a limit. So this we can lock up because we need these. And swing limit, angular, very cool. So we need a twist limit. Twist limit of 45. So limited of 19. I think that's the right one. So let's see. If it actually, it's gonna dip down more. So it does dip more. But where does it stop? Never stopped. Oh wait, no, it came back. Where is it? It's bouncing up and down. Let's just work it over here. And let's see. It goes down. Now it's doing that. Okay. So I think we're not going to give it a limit. I think that's going to be our solution. Not giving it a limit should be the right way to go. So we can delete this. Now that we know this works, we can simply say remove. Set back to color and we can these we can keep. Because I mean that's our objective. So but we're gonna make it free. we're going to let it swing freely and then test on these. So if we add a constraint like collision to these, so then turn into the water. Let's go simple collision. So it doesn't have, so we can go collision, simplified box collision. That means the leveler should never drop down more than what they are. It's always the theory, but never necessarily the answer. And maybe let's go up. And let's test it. So stop. That's it. So we definitely have to make sure they align correctly. Oh, look at this. And oh, that is not good. Collision is not happy about that. Okay, that's nothing to worry about. I think it might be. Well, this is using box gliders to box gliders, unless it's the speed at which it heads down and then hits back up. I definitely think there's some settings we can change in this. So we can limit it. We need to motors. Where's the motors? Linear motors. I think that might be. Okay, I don't think that's going to be our solution. I think we're going to have to limit it to a certain amount. Let's keep the collision on these because we're not supposed to be driving through them anyways. And then bring it back into this one. I'm going to change this back to 0. And then this constraint, we're going to say 19 degrees. That's your limit. So twist limited at 19 degrees. I mean, I wonder if that allows negative 19. Angular rotation specifies angular offset between 2 frames of reference. The equilibrium goes to negative angle, so it's biased to the swing twist. That's what I need. So that's definitely not what I needed. Plus target position. X, Y, and Z. I think I need the X angle. So that's an X 19. Simulate. Are you doing anything? No, you're not. Why is that? So we need to go on this side. We need something heavier on this side, technically speaking. Target position on the linear drive. Like, what if that isn't the right one? Maybe I'm just choosing the incorrect one. Definitely not that. So We'll reply in a bit. Target orientation, Whistler, twist and swing. So we want to twist target velocity, no, we want to twist target orientation. Oh, 19. Still not twisting. Twisting in here. Oh, there we go. We got a twist. Okay, so let me just. So many things. That's maybe the 19 like limited at plus time. So it might be limiting it in the wrong way. It's the only thing I can think of it being. So let's remove the. So this is target orientation. So let's do it in negative 19. That is our target orientation. So it's going to be straight on down. So that is the angle we need. But now the thing is, that's too close. Looks. Oh, hello. So that's quite odd. This is strength also affects this there. Oh, better use twist this way. Max force, limit of the drive, strength. What is the strength? I need a description. I need an actual description. Stiffness, dampening. Dampening we can definitely put on. Soft constraints. It's already spring loaded. But that might be what we need. Okay, that's fine. Angular motor. Refrigeration. So we free this up. What does it do? It's just going to go all the way down. So it goes down all the way. But I don't think we're going to be able to drive onto it. Let's see. Go up, up, up. Is it going to dip down? So it's holding us there. But I don't think it will allow us. So if you're seeing that, that's our problem. We're sliding, but we don't have enough weight to bring it down. We're not heavy enough, clearly. So I think if we change the strength to 10. I mean, the target orientation is what it should be. Simulate. That's not the right thing. Negative 44. See? So that's definitely not the answer. What can I do there? So I can't give it an object until it's, oh, this is heavier on this side. It doesn't work that way. Switch to 19. Instead of negative 19, it's just going to topple the other way. So that one does something. So it starts and it sleeps. Maybe that's a sleep function that I'm missing. Take interval. Naval projection. Sleep, 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 sleep. Angular rotation offset. Maybe I have to put angular rotation offset. I'm going to remove this for now. Just go back to our previous. Let's just put a 19 in this and just see what it does. Maybe it does nothing. I need a weight. I need something that's heavier, or telling it to be heavier on one side. But what? What shall we put on? Where do I rotate this? Doesn't matter. What way? What if we move this? Move this like that. I have that constraint. Is it going to automatically top it? It is not. Apparently, it doesn't work that way. Why not? Does it always do it from the pivot? It always does it from the pivot. So the pivot needs to be adjusted, I think. Okay, let's move this on back. I want to test that theory. How do I do that? So I can add a cube. Leveler to cube. Leveler, not on cube. Let's move the cube. And let's move the pivot forward. Simulate physics. Simulate physics. And attach a leveler to the cube. And this physical constraint requires leveler cube. See. Now it's doing that, telling it it's at an offset. For the cube, it is a leveler, not physics. You've got to follow. Okay, making progress. So it doesn't seem to like hitting this mesh collision. Let's go now, just remove collisions. Let's see if it still does that. So it goes to a point, just bounces down, and stops. Okay, good start, good start, good start. Q, and now we're gonna tell it. What are we gonna tell the cube? We had to tell the cube. We had to tell the constraint that you have a limitation now. We are now limited to 19 degrees. I mean, it is constraining itself. It's not putting to one side though. So I think you gotta have a dampening effect on it. So this damp, I'm gonna bring that way up to like 50, just so we can see how much it actually dampens it. So it's gonna go down, 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 dampen. Yes, that's a lot better. I'm gonna dampen like stiffness. It has to be really stiff. And dampen. Really. Okay, but now we know the cube's over there, so if we move the cube back to the center, is it going to pivot now to the left? So it's going to pivot, okay. So I'm going to have to make sure, tell Peter to update on his side, otherwise we're going to have some trouble. Because clearly we're going to have some trouble based on the physics. That is a very big concern. Okay. Now I gotta move these. How much should I move it over? It's 450. Yes. Still gonna work? Still works. Okay. I'm gonna move this over just 250. And I'm gonna move this over 250. Which technically should still work then. Perfect. Or get stuck. Why are you getting stuck? Why are you getting stuck? 251. Doop, doop. So your collisions are show collisions. Let's optimize their collision. See, still having some slight collision issues. That's because I'm moving around stuff. That is why. 250. So it's 255. So close. 260. Come back up. What is going on with the music? It just keeps dropping us like a sack of hot potatoes. So dampening is still not enough. It's still overshooting itself. Because it is 19 degrees, you should know that. I'm going to make the stiffness way up. Okay, so we're going to make this stiff boy. Stuff of 100, no soft constraints. What's the restitution? What was the amount of bands when the value of touch just is 1, bounce back, and set velocity limit here to 0, stop dead. 0.1. Yeah, that's down, 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 down. Maybe 19 is too far. It doesn't bounce back at all. So like, where is it? Yeah, let's try changing. Because I'm saying that still, I'm saying. So that should stop higher. Yes. Okay, so our. Gotta go 18 now. Does that mean our angle changes on the opposite side as well? That's going to be too high. Let's just test the extremes. Progress. Not how we want to make progress, not how we should be making progress, but we're making progress. Okay. Now, if we scale this down to 0.7, 0.7, 0.7, will it still work or will it freak out? It still works, okay. Now let's see if it actually works. Break turns. Do it up. And hopefully, it's on this side. We do not. We need more weight. That's our big problem. We don't have enough weight. And this thing weighs like 700 kilograms. Let's save this for now. The physics is working. We now know that. We now know we can use the physics. This one's heavy. This one's weighing 1,000. So just pull it up. So let's go up. Now hopefully it's heavy enough to make it turn. It's not turn. I stopped because of the stiffness now. Is it now too stiff? Oh no, because now it's got a restitution. Time talk is limited for okay. Stop. Go to test level. To do darkening. What's the time? Okay. return. We're still not moving. I don't know why it doesn't pick up this. I know it's because we're not leveraging it enough. Not enough leverage. So now it's going to topple that way. Topple back. Topple that way and then spaz out back. Or not. Which is we move it over with. Let's give it a round number. So negative 190. Which means 200. No, that's going to be way more. Let's give it a 0. Let's see what it goes. And I kind of want to try it. So let's give it a shot. It's toppling the wrong way. Some very odd. Okay. It's not low enough. Can we make it on? Come on. Oh, yeah. I'm forcing it. It accepts it. But okay, so that's gonna take a lot of work getting the axis to be in the correct place. You need to make sure the pivot point of the ramp is in the correct place, otherwise it won't work. That is a big no-no if that doesn't work. But we know the physics system does work at least. So I'm gonna keep this. I'm not gonna keep this one. I'll reset it up once I've got the new mesh. But that means I have to tomorrow talk to Peter and make an adjustment so that we can get it to be accurate. I have to have him adjust the location as well as some of his assets and their position. Okay. So let's grab this one. Just going to drop that out. And make some content framework. Content assets. Okay, so we know physics X does work. So level. Now can I delete you? Content, why are you giving us an error? I feel like I broke my neck. Right. So wait. So we know we can do it either way. We can either have it animated, but the thing with the animation is, even though I think it won't really matter unless we actually try to balance it. This one, the faster you get up here, the faster it starts animating. And once it stops, you can head out. So that is one of the things we have. As well as the drifting. Just see the slip. So slip is increasing as long as the slip you can now calculate drift based on the slip as well. I should do this. Come on. too. This is automatic. We can put it into a manual mode. We're gonna get stuck here. Yeah. It's fine. We got a reset button for a reason, in case we do get stuck. Oh, did you see that? Wheels. Why is FPS low? When we reset, did it make another vehicle? It's treating it like there's two vehicles in the scene now. It's the only reason it would react that way. It's gonna be funny though, because at low FPS, I found that if you step on it, the wheels start to wobble. I don't know why I'm so it's only if you limit the FPS. But I think if I'm gonna reset now, it's gonna drop even further. It's a very odd case. I'll have to check into the respawning mechanic to ensure that there isn't something there that might be causing an issue. Respawn vehicle, reset counter, reset value, destroy, respawn vehicle. So fine. We'll figure it out. But that is gonna be it for today's stream, guys. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. We're making some progress. We're redoing some things. We're making progress. We found out that we can use now using physics with the new vehicle system that we're using. So that's going to work really nicely in our favor as long as we can get the pivot angle correct. Otherwise, we're going to stick with the animated style. Then during the rest of the week, I'll be working on setting up more vehicles. I'll work on the garage as well. I want to try and finish the lighting for the garage and then work a bit on the paint booth, while Peter's working on the leveler and making the new leveler for us. And then we'll hop on to getting all the cars back in and getting them their meshes up to date and ready for the new system so that it all works. But yeah, I hope you all have a lovely evening, and I will see you all on Thursday, the same time, same place. See you then. Cheers, guys. Cheers, guys.